Hello, this is Jockin, coach of the San Francisco Cinderace. Today I will be doing a battle replay for my Week 4 match against the Boston Bidoofs. This is one of my tougher opponents, as I stated in my team builder. Regardless of how it turns out, I'm expecting it to be a very close match unless I let something happen with the Corviknight getting a bunch of bulk ups off and it sweeps me. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's get right into it here. So starting us off, I lead with my Cinderace, he leads with his Drapion. Now, every time I should be clicking U-turn here. I know it's the safe play, but for some reason in the moment I was feeling the Pyro Ball. I clicked the Pyro Ball because in my practice matches with, I ran Charcoal a few times to see how that would do. I could one-shot it with the Charcoal. So I'm going for the one-shot, hoping it kills here. I don't get the one-shot. In fact, it does very little, making me think he might be a bulky Drapion. But I do get a burn, which is very important, because if he was going for a knockoff or even an earthquake, it means I'm going to be pretty safe on the damage now. It's not going to do that much and keep me nice and healthy. And in fact, he does go for the earthquake, and it only takes me down to 51, which is amazing. It means I probably would have died to that had I not gotten the burn there, so lucked out. Honestly, not a great play by me, but I ended up getting lucky, and I have to play around it. I'll try and use it to my advantage. So, knowing he's going to switch, most likely, I high jump kick just to try and get some damage. Quagsire comes in and I do 33%. I'm going to U-turn out. I don't want to fight this Quagsire head on. And while he might recover, there's no way I can kill it before it can with Cinderace, so there's no reason to stick around, so I U-turn out. Sigilyph was my default answer to this. Now, I'm expecting this is unaware Quagsire, and I'm predicting him to be Sapsipper Goodra. So I don't want to Energy Ball right away because I'm fairly sure he knows I'm carrying it. So I want to go for an Air Slash, see if he stays in, if he has an answer for the Sigilyph on here. Ice Beam, Ice Punch, maybe even a Rock move, something like that to try and deal with it. He goes for Recover. So we're going to Air Slash, and I see 18% to the Goodra. Now, that tells me right away that it's Assault Vest, because I should be doing closer to 30% if it was, say, a Specs or Scarf variant. So I know this is AV. I brought Size Shock specifically for this reason, so I just click Size Shock. I don't care what this Goodra is going to do to me. I know it's AV and it can't kill me, so I'm going to Size Shock. Now, he can't stay in because he doesn't want to get rid of Goodra this early. It's one of his better answers to Cinderace. So, knowing that, I figure I'm going to Size Shock again and see if he's willing to sack it. If Drapion comes in, like it does, it's not the end of the world because Drapion's max speed's 161, I'm 163. Because my Cinderace went first, I know he's not Scarfed, so even if it does come in, I'm able to kill it with an Air Slash next turn. So I just go straight for Air Slash, hoping he doesn't have Sucker Punch. He does not have Sucker Punch, so we get the kill. Sigilyph starts off with 1. Now Rotom Heat comes in, I can't stay in. There's no way, well, I should outspeed it, but seeing him bring it in clean on the Sigilyph makes me believe it's Scarfed. Otherwise, I don't see him bringing it in on Sigilyph because he wouldn't want to take any damage with it. So I get the suspicion this is a Scarfed Rotom, not a Specs Rotom. So I go Flygon here every time because I don't want to risk Steel Valley Water taking the Thunderbolt, and it takes an Overheat pretty well. So we go out into Flygon. He overheats 40% and gets the special attack drop. Now, seeing me bring in Flygon, he's got to be worried I have an answer for Rotom. So he's not going to want to stick around. I'm just going to U-turn hoping he switches. He does. So we go back out into Sigilyph off the U-turn there. And now this time I want an Energy Ball. I don't think he's going to risk bringing the Goodra in. And even if he does, I can kill it with another Psy Shock now that Drapion's gone. So I'm going to Energy Ball from the practice matches I had played before this. I know the Quagsire dies from this percentage even with Rindo Berry, so I was not worried. We hit it, the Rindo Berry goes off, and he dies. So that's 2 kills for the Sigilyph. Rotom comes back out. Now, I don't want to do the same interaction. I don't want my Flygon worn down, because he's probably my best Rotom Heat answer. But knowing my Flygon's still alive, and him thinking I'm going to go back out into my Flygon, I feel pretty safe going into Steel Valley Water. I don't expect him to Thunderbolt here. So we switch, or no, that's right, I sack the Sigilyph. So at this point, I figure it's done enough. It's gotten 2 kills. It killed the Drapion and the Quagsire. It got the Goodra low. It's done its job. I don't need it for the Conkeldurr. I don't need it for the Corviknight or the Rotom Heat, so we let it go down. That said, Steel Valley Water comes out. I know he's scarfed because he went before me there, so it's confirmed. This is a scarfed Rotom Heat. It's hit 0.5 special attack locked into overheat. There's not a chance in the world this thing is staying in to hit my Silvally here, so I click Parting Shot. I want to see what he brings in to answer my Silvally here, and he brings in Goodra. Probably thinking to sack it. I'm going to go Grimmsnarl. Now, Grimmsnarl's got the type advantage. It's got the attack drop, so I'm not worried about taking damage. Honestly, I should bulk up here, but I got greedy and decided I wanted to kill this Goodra. I went for a Sucker Punch, and I pick up the kill, which is great, except that it's gooey. And now that my speed is dropped, all that speed investment I had put in specifically to deal with this Corviknight goes down the toilet. So I go for a bulk up, hoping he's going to do the same. He does not. He goes straight for the Steel Spike. So now I'm in a pretty bad situation. I get my weakness policy off, but I'm slower than the Corviknight, guaranteed. I'm at 22% health, so I can't live another Steel Spike. Now, what I do here, I decide I want to Sucker Punch and get as much damage off as I can. That's not a bad play. It gets me damage on the Corviknight, like I said, but what I think I should have done, I should have Gigantamaxed, max guarded, burned another turn, and then just let the Grimmsnarl die after that. Because if I do that, it makes it a lot safer for something else to come in and try and deal with the Corviknight. So, Grimmsnarl goes down. I want to bring in Flygon, because I want to U-turn out, get the 1%, switch back out into Aegislash, just trying to burn a turn here. So he Wind Rages. It only does 20% to Aegislash, which is great. Defense form Aegislash is amazing, and we're specs, so I know this is going to do a lot of damage to him. And he's going to return to normal this turn. So we have regular Corviknight, which I know takes about 70%, 60-70% on a Shadow Ball. So I'm just going to click Shadow Ball. The Drapions gone. He has nothing left that resists Ghosts. And I don't think he's going to switch in one of these to Conkeldurr or Rotom because they're very valuable in trying to deal with the rest of my team. So he's going to try and keep those two healthy. So I just want to Shadow Ball and hope he risks me being a physical Aegislash. So Stance Change goes off. I Shadow Ball. I don't pick up the kill, which I didn't think I would. And I'm hoping he doesn't go for a Brave Bird, because that does the most. I don't think I'd die. I'd probably take like 50%, but I don't think I would die from a Brave Bird. But he ends up roosting. It spooked me a little originally that he started roosting, but looking at the damage, after the roost and the leftovers, it works out to be just about what the Shadow Ball's doing. So as long as I roll more than last time, this Corviknight dies. And sure enough, I get a lucky roll, the Corviknight goes down. So the Rotom is back. Now, this is where I decide I need to keep my Flygon healthy, and it's time for Silvally to come in. He doesn't want to risk the Thunderbolt missing. The Overheat's the obvious play to hit the Aegislash that's in front of you, so I bring in Silvally Water. Takes 40%, just like the Flygon, get the special attack drop, and I'm just going to click multi-attack. I don't care that it's going to try and overheat me again, it's not going to do anything. And if he switches to Conkeldurr, I get a good chunk on Conkeldurr. If he stays in, he dies, so I click multi-attack. Get the first one off, do 43%. We see he is burned with Guts, so that shows me he's not AV, which is good to know for the Aegislash coming in to deal damage later. I'm going to multi-attack again because I don't want to risk switching Aegislash in if he predicts and goes for a knockoff or an Earthquake, and neither of those kill my Silvally. So I was okay doing this because I felt he was going to over-predict for my Aegislash, and he makes the safe play and Drain Punches, kills my Silvally, gets about 15% health back, stays nice around 31 after the burn, but like I said, my Aegislash is EV'd to outspeed this no matter what. He can't Mark Punch me, and with the percentage he's at, there's no chance he's surviving. So he has the choice of staying in, taking the Shadow Ball, or letting Rotom take a Shadow Ball. And he makes the right call. He lets it stay in and sack the Conkeldurr. So we Shadow Ball the Conkeldurr and pick up another kill. Now, all that's left is Rotom Heat. It's going to come in. I don't want to let Aegislash go just yet, because if I let something else take a hit and get his special attack lower, I'll be able to live a hit in defense form, and because he's Scarfed, he'll be faster than me. So, worst comes to worst, if I somehow lose everything, I let Flygon go down, I let Cinderace go down. He's at 0.33 special attack, and Aegislash can come in, take one hit, and do a bunch of damage. So, we let Flygon come in, take one Overheat, takes 42%, no burn, and I'm going to click Stone Edge. I carry Stone Edge, I have Choice Scarf, I know I outspeed him, I don't think it's going to kill, but it does like 50 to 60%. So it should be good enough to get Aegislash in after the Cinderace dies. But I get the Stone Edge crit, so the battle starts off very lucky for me and ends very lucky for me. And without that, I think it's a lot closer than it would have been. He played it pretty well, everything granted, like, he dealt with the burn as best he could. The crit was unlucky at the end. Otherwise, he played it very well. The Corviknight was very threatening, and had he got some bulk ups off, it would have been probably his game. But I'm very happy with the way I played it. I used my pivots very well. Aegislash worked out amazingly, dealt with the Corviknight and the Conkeldurr, which were two of his biggest threats. And the Rotom Heat he saved for a very long time, so it didn't end up being as big of a problem as I thought it was going to be. So overall, a good battle from both of us, not perfect on either side, and a lot of luck on my side helped me come out on top this time. So it was a very good match. Hopefully we finally get one that's pretty clean, because the past, what, 3 I think, I've gotten some luck on my side every time. So I'm hoping eventually if we meet again in the finals that we'll get one that's fairly non-dependent on luck. But good game, and my next match will be coming up soon, probably the start of next week, so stick around and stay tuned for that one.